All right, and we are live, and it is live because there's sound waves coming out. That's all I know. Yay! Welcome to another episode of The Tangent. It's a lady tangent, and Max.
Woo! And you. Are you a lady too?
No,
I'm
Kien's one of the
androgynous.
girls.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I'm one of the
He's a
girls.
lady.
I mean, I don't know if you remember correctly. We also I sing No Scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
This is true. I have video of that.
Yeah, in a rabbit suit,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. Bunny ears and all.
Bunny ears. It exists. It's out there. It's
Done happened.
The internet is weird. Like
Facebook.
When it when something happens, someone's gonna be like, "Look at that fucking weirdo!" Like, this is why this is going places. He's dressed like a rabbit.
And Lindsey was backup.
And Lindsey was backup.
Yeah.
And this is the tangent episode. We actually have a weird topic. We're gonna be talking about Batman and Harley Quinn and toxic relationships after we get past the news.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I am Kien, and I'm here today with
Lindsey.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
She's back, not doing a Stephen King.
Not
review.
doing a Stephen King thing.
This is big.
This is my first non-Stephen King thing.
Yeah.
Are you sure there's nothing Stephen King in this podcast?
Oh, I can work it in.
Oh, there's a little bit of
Give her
Stephen King.
a chance.
There's something in the news that's Stephen Kingy.
Woohoo!
Well, it's it. Come on, that just
Yeah.
came too.
Well, yeah.
We reviewed that.
Oh,
right?
did you?
But
It's-
we can
it's-
still talk about it.
I did. I
It's
don't. I don't watch
by
that
the way,
stuff.
and we don't have them out here, and it's really disappointing. I'm going to California next week. I'm going to do nothing but eat It's.
It's is a real thing. What is
It's an It.
Oh.
Like just It's It. That's what it's called.
Okay.
It is an ice cream sandwich made of 2 oatmeal cookies with vanilla ice cream in the middle, dipped in chocolate.
Ah.
That sounds really good.
bad.
That sounds really bad.
Horrible.
But it
No, they're
sounds
amazing.
It sounds super good.
Yeah, it
Have
is.
the oatmeal cookie.
I'm trying to like.
There's not raisins in it.
As long as there's no raisins,
No
and there's no
raisins.
trust issues.
Now I don't want the cookie.
Can we replace it with like a monster
You're
cookie?
that person.
I know, I am that person.
I don't
I
know.
did.
Dude, raisin cookies,
Anyway.
raisin oatmeal cookies are like it's like the girl who is a transgender, like you don't know. Like you think
Like
it's
a
a chocolate.
surprise
Yeah,
penis,
you
is
think
that
it's
what
like
you're
a
saying?
chocolate chip cookie, and then you bite in, you're like, oh, there's a penis.
Raisins are now penises.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that'll be a
We've
thing.
gotten 2 people into introducing ourselves. This is indeed a tangent.
Yes, it is. And we are also here with
Linda.
Yeah.
Hi.
She's gonna be doing some spoopy makeup stuff in Halloween, hopefully.
You just gotta tell me what the hell I'm doing.
I will. I'll get you the makeup thingies too. We'll do some spoopy makeup.
We are very organized here in the Bro Joe.
We
Well,
try. I try. I have a schedule. I have it written in a journal, and then I have people tell me what they need to do. So,
So nothing gets done.
most of the time things get done quickly. Like Ryan just texted
Awkwardly, quickly,
Well,
like almost
Ryan's
too
like-
quick, like premature quickly.
Yeah, well, Ryan
We're getting
got-
back to raisins here.
Yeah.
I'm a little uncomfortable.
Ryan's like, hey man, I got off work. Do you wanna record something? I'm like, oh, I'm doing this right now. He's like, oh wait, it's fine. We got time. I'm like, yeah, we've got plenty of time. So, and I'm also here with
Yeah, Max is here.
Max is here. Max counts as lady to me. He's got an inner goddess.
And she's flipping you off
She's
right now.
flipping me off. Like
She's
that's
pissed.
no, I don't think it's pissed. I think it's just like he's right,
Sassy.
but I
It's a
just
sassy
I don't want to be affiliated with being right.
Being what?
I don't know where I'm going with this anymore. Like,
I don't understand half the words you say anymore.
so what have you guys been up to? I usually just ask our guests anything. You're going to California.
I am going to California.
For family fun?
Yeah, I'm from California and I haven't been out there in 10 years. So,
Wow, it's been a decade.
It's time. It's
yeah,
time.
it's so time. So,
Yeah, you haven't
like,
been there since I got my permit.
And I'm old. But I'm planning on like going to the Winchester Mystery House and maybe the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum and doing
I was
some
in the
other-
one. I was not in it. I went to the one in Orlando.
They're awesome.
They are.
There's
It
a
was
mystery.
awesome.
What are mystery houses?
Or Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate those.
Yeah.
I hated the show.
Well, the show was trash, but
Yeah,
I
it had
mean,
Dean Cain as the host.
which was kind of funny. But
Right.
I mean, Ripley's Believe It or Not itself, like there's
yeah.
it's entertaining shit if you're me. And
It's just a bunch of weird shit, right?
Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
is weird shit.
Oh no,
mostly, so,
I am just trying to make sure that it's a bunch of weird shit.
Yes,
'cause-
the mystery
shit's
house thing, the Winchester mystery house.
Yeah.
Sarah Winchester was.
Oh yeah,
the-
she's
the
like
gun Winchesters.
Yeah, and she like has weird house doors and shit like that.
Yeah, she had a psychic that told her to just keep building the house, and the ghosts of people killed by Winchester guns would not haunt her. So her entire life, she built on the mansion, and like a lot of it makes no sense.
Yeah,
And-
there's stuff just leading to nowhere.
Yeah, there's stairways that lead to nowhere, doors that open up directly to the outside, and you're 2 stories up. Yeah.
She was
I wanna
fucking
see
crazy.
this.
That's what you're.
I
Yeah.
wanna
It's
see
a
it.
gorgeous house.
I'm sure it is.
And I'm really hoping to be able to make it because this year there is an extended tour of places that have not been open to the public in
Oh.
a very long time, if not ever. So
I think she has like a weird
that's
dungeon
fun.
there too. Like I kind of just picture her being that lady who.
To my knowledge, there are no dungeons.
Okay.
There is a seance room that's pretty nifty. I've been in the seance room. That's kind of cool. So
Did
it's
she try to
spoopy.
talk to her dead
Spoopy.
husband?
Spoopy.
Right.
Spoopy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she would communicate with her dead husband, and I think that's probably who was giving her the orders to keep building. I think the psychic was actually probably on the payroll of the construction company.
She was
that
fucking
hired,
high.
so-
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was just fucking like, all right, and they said more rooms.
Yes, more rooms! Build all of the rooms! Build lots and lots of stairs!
How many hallways do I need?
All
10?
of them.
15? They said 20.
More.
I mean, he says 20, not
More.
they.
There needs to be more.
More hallways.
Yes.
More
Yeah.
what? Just more.
So we're gonna get into some. We're gonna go a little heavy first because I don't know. I'm not as a person on the interwebs and my voice is out there. There's been numerous jokes that we've had that like we're not misogynists before. That's just been our tagline for a couple of times when we
You,
get into
you
conversation.
mean like you're not licensed to rub people?
No, we don't hate
Gosh.
women.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't hate women, and some things that Kien has said while on mic, and maybe just a little intoxicated,
Just a little.
skewed a little offensive, and
Do I get to slap you?
No, I've never said anything like super racist or anything like that. I
Never
did
said
bring up-
anything super
super
racist.
Super racist.
Okay,
Yay!
I on the internet I have had people call me a social justice warrior,
Right,
which is hilarious because I am so not.
right, and like the thing this is going with. I don't know if any of you've heard this internet feller called the Pewdiepie.
Pewdiepie.
I don't personally like him, and we've gone on numerous times where I've said this, and I accidentally tagged it once because we were talking about YouTube discussers, and I got a weird message of like, "Well, you're just talking shit because you want views." I'm like, "No, I'm really not. Like, I personally
No, I
don't.
just actually think this guy's
Yeah,
trash.
I think he is trash, and this is what makes me think he's trash." So, Pewdiepie was on it.
Oh, I've seen. Yeah.
He was on a live stream, and he decided to say the N-word, and we have a clip right here. Here.
Here.
Behind the orange belt. What? What the fuck is happening? What the hell was that? The potato was fucking insane. I was holding it so fucking straight.
No one's dying.
What a fucking nigger. Jeez, oh my god, what the fuck? Sorry, but what the fuck?
I'm gonna play it through to the end
What a fucking
because
asshole.
there's a
I don't
devil's
mean that in a bad way.
there's a devil's advocate part in this. All right, there we go. Okay, so
The hard R.
it was the hard R. It wasn't even like what
Yeah.
rappers say. It was
It wasn't an
it was
an
a
R.
hard
Yeah.
R. It was a
Hard
hard R. And I am totally not for this. And my thing about this is he's already so big that I don't feel like
This isn't really gonna hurt.
Yeah,
No,
it's just not
it's gonna hurt other.
Well-
It's gonna hurt other like smaller YouTubes who make a living off YouTube,
Right.
And all that type of
It's
stuff.
gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. I don't. Maybe not hurt, but maybe like hinder that. Like, it might actually help them be more conscious.
Hopefully.
Right, yeah,
that
yeah.
will
I
happen.
take it like this. We stream games here and there, but like I've never like dropped like anything like that. I've screamed like a little girl like numerous times playing horror
That's
games.
not generally offensive to
Yeah,
little
No.
girls.
That's good. That's good. No, but what I mean is, it's like it's such a weird like. You're on the internet, man. Like that's the first thing I have to say this. Like I'm on the internet.
Say, why that word? Why couldn't
Right.
you just yell fucker?
Right, and so
Little fucker.
so what people were trying to say is like, well, he apologized mid-sentence. I don't think he was apologizing for that. I think he was apologizing for saying asshole and getting to like. But where I stand with this is that this isn't not common though when playing online video games. Like that's the thing that's shitty about this, and I
It's not a forgivable term,
Right.
especially not with.
But like, I mean, when Max and I play Call of Duty, there are some shit people that say some really fucked up things.
Yep.
And so this is what really gets me, and this is what really gets me on this. Sorry, this is what gets me on this is that like, I don't think that our just the community of video gamers in general are up in arms. It's like, well, we say this shit when we're not streaming. I'm like, that's fucked up, anyways. That's where I stand. That like, that's not a good excuse either.
No.
To be like,
No.
hey, we're talking like this, like.
I think we can generally agree that you should just not be talking like that.
Right.
Like, at all, ever.
Ever.
There's
Ever.
Like,
I mean,
Ever.
I get uncomfortable when people tell me they're gonna fuck my mom when I'm playing video games. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit's weird. Like,
No.
I don't see, and that's the thing. Like,
your lines, people.
I don't
Lines.
have like hatred for the. I just like for me, it's a weird like, it's a weird thought to have that like that people are like defending him, and that's the thing I wanted to bring up. Like, I think most normal people would say this is really fucked up, and like my thing about this is that this guy doesn't have an agent, and there was like another YouTuber, John Tron, who had this like weird rant about like immigrants and how they suck, and he's an immigrant. Like,
That's so fascinating.
right? No, he's a Hungarian immigrant. Like,
It's like
Why?
all the immigrants here in the U.S. that voted for Trump. Like, really?
Right.
These people fascinate me.
Right. It's a weird thing that these guys like, and I don't think PewDiePie is like the difference between what JonTron and PewDiePie to me is like JonTron actually like fucking formulates shit, and he like writes a script down. He's like, oh, I'll do this, and this will make it funny, and he makes jokes. Like, PewDiePie is just on the fucking internet.
Just playing games.
Yeah, and I read his book, and it's fucking dumb too. And it's like, because like, I was just
At
kind of
least
like,
you read it though.
well, I got it on discount, but Barnes and Nobles, because
Goes
they
to show what that says
slashed
about
the
it.
fucking price. But no, like, this guy to me, like, I don't think he, and come at me, but I don't think he really has. I don't think he's that talented as a person. Like,
PewDiePie, not
No,
really.
he's not.
He started off early, managed to get his foot in the door, and now everybody
He's just
knows his
accumulating.
name.
Yeah.
He's
He's
just
the
accumulating
reason-
right
Oh,
now.
he's like Justin Bieber.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
Okay.
Except for video games. And people still don't like him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But people like him. People, not just like, there's girls that like just people like PewDiePie. Like, I don't necessarily understand the liking of those kind of like. For me, I don't like the whole like obnoxious gamers
Right.
on YouTube, where like you're trying to play a serious game. You're like, "Bleh!" Like, I mean, we have a stream series where we play Fallout 4 and we talk about we've nearly made our own story while we're walking through. Like, our character is a dude who's been frozen for 200 years and all he wants to do is eat some goddamn nachos and punch things. Yeah, like, I mean, it's not like us playing like, hey guys, we just got this copy of Fallout 4 and we're gonna review it.
And I'm just gonna be an obnoxious asshole
Right,
the whole
and
time.
that's what I mean. Like, that's where like. And a lot of the thing, because he does play a lot of horror games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a
That's
lot
where
of
he got started was horror
it's
games.
not, to me, it doesn't feel very genuine when he's playing it. It's just kind of a show, and like that to me is the difference between like
It's just material.
right. A lot of the other YouTubers that do these game streams that are like oh my god, like they actually feel like they tried. My thing about PewDiePie is he accumulated so much, and this isn't the first shit he did this year though. That was my thing. He paid. There's apparently in South Africa you can pay people to like do shit on the street, and he told one guy to write Nazi and do the Hitler salute in the middle of South Africa, or something like it. It's something like that.
That's what started like that apocalypse thing that happened on YouTube.
Yeah. So which is then.
Of course, it probably wasn't him per se who started it, but
Oh, but
advertisers are like,
I'm pretty positive that like.
who we advertise? What are we doing?
Right, I'm pretty positive.
Who are our ads playing with?
Yeah, he was the first person to finally get that on light. And I know it's affected a bunch of people that I know that I talk to on YouTube. Because, like, one guy that I know, he's like, yeah, like, just because I put, like, scary stuff on Halloween, like, that doesn't get monetized anymore because it's too violent. And then someone else I listened to, the History Buffs, he just posted what happened with him. Is like, because he does a lot of war films and things like that, they're not going to get as much revenue because they're not child-friendly.
Yeah.
So... Because
YouTube wasn't meant to be for children. I thought you had to be 13 to have an account.
You don't need an account to watch videos. You just type in
but
YouTube.
still.
And show
yeah,
up.
but my thing about that is, and that's sort of the thing that's gonna like no matter what, this is always just gonna be like, you know, we say fuck, okay, like meh.
Yeah.
But like this to me is like this shit, like it's shit like this that does, like Linda said in the beginning, puts a bad rap for anybody that wants to do something like this. Because then now you're going to be like, well, I don't want to accidentally say the N-word or say anything offensive. And then, you know.
But so maybe just try not to be the kind of person that goes to those words.
And then
right
I
away.
watched his stream of like his apology, and I'm just like, I don't know if you can apologize for, like, there's certain things you can apologize for.
That's not one of them.
But,
Well, it was.
Well, Jeffree Star and all those videos that happened when he was in MySpace, he made an apology, and a lot of people, for his YouTube, and some people are like, I still don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
and it's all about my thing is the context, like, because some person brought up, well, Bill Maher said the N-word on a show. I'm like, yes, but in context, he was making a joke about, like, people being treated like slaves. Like, and, you know.
Yeah.
This, it was just flat out like, he dropped the N-bomb for no apparent reason. He was just mad. And that, to me, I don't think, like, mad and racial slurs go together.
Not so
No.
well.
Like, you can say fuck, you say shit.
Right.
I mean,
Anything else?
Anything else.
Anything else?
It
That-
kind
He
of
went to that one.
It points to his character who he is off screen, because if that slips every once in a while, like it has been, imagine how he is when millions of people aren't watching him.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's where I stand on this. It's the integrity of it.
Yeah.
As this, like, personality that, you know, people have their kids watch. Like, people, I don't fucking know why they let their kids watch this shit, but they do. Like, if someone's like, hey, I let my son listen to your podcast, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, those are the same people, though, that were really mad about Deadpool being rated R.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
Well, those people are dumb. And
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, conclusion there is PewDiePie is trash.
Yeah, don't be a racist asshole.
Yeah,
Might as well just
yeah,
don't be a
just-
racist
It's
asshole.
easy.
Stop
It's actually
being a
quite easy
racist asshole.
if you put your mind to it. It's quite easy not
Yeah.
to be.
Well, I mean.
Oh,
yeah.
sometimes, I mean,
Yeah, well, anyways.
just don't listen to my It review and we'll be perfectly fine.
Or
I haven't listened to that one yet.
or harken back to the beginning of this where you said something that might have been slightly insensitive to trans people.
Yeah, you're fine.
Is that where
Okay.
you brought up fairies?
No. You brought that up that one day.
No, you brought up fairies.
No, it was Ryan because he was making fun of me for possibly being
Ryan was
gay.
making fun of fairies.
Right, okay.
That was a long experience.
Just don't delve too much into it because I don't say that on purpose. Totally on accident. Totally different though because I didn't drop any bad words. Just context.
Okay, guys, moving right along.
Yes! Yes, now we're going to go with... Linda, you saw the Death Note movie.
Yes, I did.
And before we go into this, we have a fun rating system now that we have since we have had this. I would like you to rate Death Note before we go into this. Fuck yeah is amazing. Oh loud, like you gotta say it like Madeir, is great. Dope is good. Nope is like not pass, and then a goddamn dumpster fire is like the bottom of the barrel. If you
It was so conflicting because I know they were trying to do something different or like, but no.
Is that a dumpster fire? Is that is that a
The only good thing about it was Willem Dafoe.
So it's a dumpster fire.
With Willem Dafoe urinating on it to try
Yes.
to put out the dumpster
Yeah, okay, so
fire.
it's a dumpster fire.
That was good. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, the director has signed off of Twitter
No.
after death threats and constant trolling.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
Right, and I just want to I feel kind of like
A little bit of guilt.
a little bit of guilt because when we first recorded it, we were just fresh out watching it. I never said I hope he dies or anything like that.
No.
Like, we weren't saying anything against the director or like any of the actors really, but like
No.
we really didn't like the movie, and we made that very obvious.
No.
The thing is, there's a big difference between criticizing art, quotey fingers,
Yes.
and sending people fucking death
Death
threats.
notes, yeah. It's
Death notes.
literal death notes.
Literal death notes.
Literal death
tweets. Death tweet.
Death tweet.
I
No, it was just,
Man, that's just fucked up.
yeah, no.
Again, dropping N-bombs and sending death threats, these are just things that you
You
don't
don't
do.
do.
You just don't do them.
It's the internet. You can do whatever you want.
It's-
Nobody knows who you are.
because the
It's
internet is a
anonymous
dumpster
because there's
fire.
a keyboard.
Yeah.
The internet is a dumpster fire. So,
Yes, pretty much, yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
But I
and
love the
I just feel,
internet.
I love and hate the internet. I just feel, I don't know.
It's a love-hate relationship
Yeah.
because it's so good, but yet it pisses you off at the same time.
My thing about this is, and I really like the director because I really like the Blair Witch. I know not a lot of people really like the new Blair Witch. I actually,
I didn't think it was that bad. I
liked
honestly
it.
kind of
I
enjoyed it.
enjoyed it
I
a
didn't
lot.
know that it was the same director, but I know literally nothing about Death Note.
He
so
also
I'm
did
keeping
Mama,
it.
I think. No, that wasn't.
No.
Nope, that was the other guy. That's the guy who did it.
Yeah.
That's my bad. But no, I really like the Blair Witch. And I really like what he did in VHS too. Like he did one of the short films in VHS.
Dude, VHS is so good.
I
Which
love
one
VHS.
did he do in VHS though?
It wasn't VHS 2. It was the he had the eye, new eye.
VHS 2 was a dumpster fire.
Okay, VHS 2 had some good parts.
Yeah, a dumpster fire.
Okay, each their own. But no, that's the thing. I always feel super shitty when I hear that celebrities have been
They're harassed so much to a point where
director,
they need to go off the grid.
Because to be fair, you gotta also blame the producers and all that. That's the thing that gets me. One person always gets singled out at any of these failed movies. If it's not the director, it's one of the actors. If it's not the actor, it's one of the writers. It's just
It's
yes.
the whole thing.
Yeah. It was
Everyone.
It was all a combination of really bad shit that happened. And that's the thing that makes me the internet is, like I said, it's a cool place. I can watch Game of Thrones on the internet. But I can also watch people make fun of Ed Sheeran so bad on Game of Thrones that he deletes his Twitter for a little bit. So,
Dude.
you know.
He deleted it before Game of Thrones, though.
No, he did,
No.
I mean, he's deleted it a
Arm
couple of
wrestle.
times. No, I'm not going to arm wrestle. There's an abundance of people. Fine. I thought it was from Game of Thrones. I might be wrong, but there was an abundance of people that have had to do this. Leslie, the biggest one was Leslie Jones for the fucking Ghostbusters movie.
Oh my god.
God.
That was atrocious.
People were just fucking
That was disgusting.
assholes
I was
to her.
ashamed of humanity at that time.
Yeah.
They were just fucking,
That
there was
was-
no,
Well, I mean, shit, she got doxxed over that.
yeah.
I mean, that... Ugh.
The shit they said to her, I was just God
Why are you
damn.
so stupid?
I mean, it was an okay movie, just fuck.
There have been way worse
It was her
things.
fault.
Right.
She was excellent.
Right,
She
that's
was
what I mean.
good.
And this was even before the movie came out. People were just
Mhm.
"You're women, you suck." I'm what? No, just say the script sucked. Don't say it's because of the even when it came out, people said that. And I was just
Mhm.
man, the internet, man, Twitter can be savage.
Twitter can be savage.
Twitter was a bad idea.
Fuck you, Ashton Kutcher, for making Twitter relevant.
Damn it!
That fucker.
Did you? Yeah, 1 million tweets on Twitter. 1 million people like me on Twitter, and then I'll do something. I'm God damn it.
Now people have to get on Twitter.
Then I actually did it because I was like, what's going to happen?
And nobody gives a shit about Ashton Kutcher anymore.
I think, well, he does
Twitter's still this thing.
Well, well, he's not really doing anything.
He does some good shit, though. He, like, stops,
He does,
like,
with the...
Yeah.
He does.
with
He's
the
working,
human trafficking,
yeah, on
all
human
that kind of
trafficking.
stuff.
And, you know, he's from
that's
our
good.
state, you know, repping Iowa. I wish he'd come back and run for office in Iowa. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah.
But
It'd be
unlikely.
way better than Arnold.
I'd so vote for Ashton Kutcher.
Oh,
But anyway.
I'd vote in general.
Yeah. But Twitter also gives us these awesome things, like Ted Cruz official Twitter account, people like to porn tweet. Yep. Senator Ted Cruz, a family value politician, was once involved in a court case involving a state ban of sex toys. Cruz, then Texas Solicitor General, argued that there's no substantive due process right to simulate one's genitals for non-medical purposes. Monday, Cruz's
Wait, did
official...
you just say to stimulate one's genitals for non-medical purposes?
Yes, that is what his argument was.
What?
Ha!
I'm trying to think of medical purposes that you do need to stimulate your genitals.
Because if your clitoris is swelling, you need to do something about it.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
Yeah, that's all I got. Like, I don't even know, like, why ban sex toys. But Monday night, Cruz's official Twitter account liked a tweet featuring a hardcore porn video. The like caused the very explicit tweet from the account, sexual posts, to appear briefly on the portion of Cruz's profile. Around 9:40 p.m., Twitter users began to comment on the not safe for work video, and they were reporting it's still in his profile at 10:20 p.m. Father of two, Heidi Cruz's husband, fighter for liberty, representing the great state of Texas in the U.S. Senate. And it's the 2-minute porn video is apparently, and I'm not gonna get it. We're not gonna watch it, but some of the fucking tweets are awesome. The offensive tweet posted on Ted Cruz's account earlier was been removed by staff and reported to Twitter. Somewhere in Texas McMansion, Ted Cruz is sleeping blissfully, unaware that the maelstrom of horror that awaits him in the morning. I wake up and the entire internet set aside all differences to laugh at Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz liked a porn video on Twitter, and now Zodiac Killer is trending everything as a meme. Oh my god, there's still more.
Some intern is going to be so fired.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Send
blacklisted,
help.
everything. You
yeah.
are homeless now.
Yep.
Send help. I'm eating breakfast with my elderly next door neighbor, and Ted Cruz tweet just came up in the morning, Joe, in the background. Ted Cruz thinks people don't have a right to stimulate their genitals. I was his college roommate. This would be a new belief of his.
That one's awesome.
Now imagine Ted Cruz is doing this 4 feet below you in the bottom bunk bed. Yes, my misery very much appreciates your company. This is from his old roommate. Sadly, the fact Ted Cruz jacks off to mediocre porn spam is the most human thing we can say about him. This is actually his high point. And the last one, I never wanted this for any of you. I thought maybe I'd feel better if 2 or 3 people knew. Not 6 billion. That said, I feel better.
I would too.
It's shit like
Wow.
this, as weird as this sounds, as weird as it sounds, it's shit like this that makes my day. I don't know.
It's the little things.
Politicians are funny.
Well, you know, it's one of those things where I'm just kind of like, man, this is a good day to me. This is like, you wake up in the morning, like, you might have a shit day, but then you're like, oh, there are people that are
Someone is having a
10
really
times
bad one
worse.
today.
And the only reason I like can think of the Zodiac Killer is that, like, Jesse doesn't have a picture of the Zodiac Killer for the Tournament of Blood. So every time he posts about the Zodiac Killer, he puts a picture of Ted Cruz on
Oh
there.
god.
Because, like, the battle was like, who would win?
That's
The
great.
puppets from Puppet Master or the Zodiac Killer? And it's Ted Cruz. And I looked at it at first, I'm like, that makes no sense. Oh, shit, that's why. Okay. Dead meme brought back to
That's
life.
great.
And so, like, man, like I said, like, that shit isn't private anyways. Like, you know how I knew who were all Trump supporters on my Facebook during political season? Because your Facebook lets you know what they like.
Yes. Yeah.
Found out I had a whole lot of people that I was awkwardly going to talk to about politics in October.
I knew that a couple of mine were just following
Right.
him for, the lulz. So, Just because
I stayed away from it.
dumpster fire. Yeah.
Dumpster fire.
Yeah. So, this is apparently our texting interlude?
Sorry, no,
Okay.
that was that was Ryan.
Okay,
Sorry,
cool.
he's also important.
That's I work tomorrow, so
Oh, my bad.
I need to go to bed sometime.
I'm sorry.
I'm so old.
It's okay.
Do we have any more news?
Yes,
Okay.
we have one more, and that is Hurricane Irma themed cakes have hit Florida grocery stores.
For fuck's sake.
Oh.
Yeah, this is yeah. This
Welcome
is
to Florida.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, and they're real cake. They're real cakes. We have one weird story after this about Donald Trump and drugs, but we'll talk about this first.
Do you want to save that for the end?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hurricane season of the and there's these cakes.
Are
and
there
these-
pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like
Oh my! And it's
party like
rainbow!
it's go away,
Go
Irma.
away, Irma.
Go away, Irma. Party like it's like fucking like these cakes are weird. It's like party like it's category 5.
And that's a fidget spinner. That's not even a
Yeah.
hurricane.
Is there a Hurricane Rick one?
I hope. No,
Someone-
Hurricane Irma. Okay. See, and like, I don't know. The reason I
The
want.
one with the fucking chair in it.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. There's the
Wow.
fucking chair.
You know what? Someone put the creativity because
Right.
they had nothing else to do.
And the reason I wanted to bring this up too is that Facebook has also been having a heyday with Hurricane Irma. I don't know if y'all.
So many memes.
Y'all, well, not even that. The memes. Y'all have ever seen the fucking social events that people are making?
Oh, yeah.
Shoot your guns at Hurricane Irma.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Everybody
Yeah, that
do.
was- that was
Everybody
a
do
great
a
one.
joint Kamehameha to stop Hurricane Irma.
I've only seen about the T-Rex. Someone dressed up in the T-Rex costume and going and hopping on broken trees, going.
So the really fucked up thing about these events, though, is that the police actually have to make statements about them to say,
Oh,
don't
God.
do this.
Oh god.
Like, these are clearly just stupid joke events. You know,
It's like the clown thing.
whether or
Please
not
don't dress
they're
up as
impor-
clowns.
Yeah, well, and especially if you do see somebody dressed up as a clown, don't threaten to kill them.
Oh yeah. Did you? So you were the one.
I didn't see the clown guy
Okay.
outside the mall,
But you were the one who found out.
No,
it wasn't. Okay,
that
okay.
was that
Okay,
was
that's
another
someone
friend.
else. Okay.
But yeah.
It wasn't. It was not you.
No.
Like
It wasn't me.
Apparently, the mall clown left after somebody threatened to shoot him.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So,
Really?
there we go.
I'm
People
gonna
suck.
freaking do Halloween makeup as a clown just for the fuck of it now.
So
Carry
be
your
scared.
pepper spray.
yeah,
I have a pink knife.
yeah, that works too. So our last story, just because I want to end with just not political but funny political kind of thing. Alex Jones now says Donald Trump is being covertly drugged.
I am for this. I would just like to state I am in support of this. Just like dump some NyQuil in his Mountain Dew, knock him out, keep him off Twitter,
Yep.
keep his mouth shut.
Oh god, he's coming too quick, more!
Citing high-level sources and multiple people in his syndicated show, he said that President Trump is being drugged in sodas and iced teas to the point he's slurring his words at night, and it's all part of a plot to control him. These drugs, President, because of the power structure, wants a puppet, Jones said in the clip below from Media Matters. The sedation of the commander-in-chief started up about 2 months ago, the Trump loyalist said. At one point, Jones told his millions of listeners, I'm going to leave it at that. But he didn't. He never does. Watch the rant below and remember that Trump once told Jones on his show, your reputation's amazing. See, here's my thing. And I'm not even going to bring up the president. I have a thing against Alex Jones. Alex Jones is the fucking asshole who caused tens of thousands of people to write terrible shit to the parents of the victims of Sandy Hook, telling him it was all fake. That is, he is to me, the man is an irreprehensible piece of shit.
Yeah.
And the thing about this is, he has millions of listeners.
Mhm.
That is the one thing.
That's the scary thing.
That is the scary thing about this.
Much like PewDiePie.
Much like PewDiePie, but not as bad as PewDiePie. That like PewDiePie just drops the N-word. This dude is like defends white supremacy,
Yeah.
saying it's just that. I mean, you can be a white supremacist. I don't really give a shit. But he openly is like, well, they're not wrong and shit like that. he also thinks, like, 9/11 is a conspiracy. Like, okay, there's some people who
God.
also believe that, but like, you know what I mean? Though he fuels the fire to all of this shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is the thing. Like,
He's the instigator.
right. This is going to full circle what we talked about how PewDiePie does shit. This is the whole internet thing is that don't do shit on the internet that you know is going to get you. Like,
I think the thing with Alex Jones is he's self-aware.
right.
He's
but that's the
self-aware,
thing.
unlike PewDiePie.
But
Yeah.
Alex Jones has admitted to try to get his fucking kids in the divorce that he's playing a character. That was one of his things. Like, he's just like Stephen Colbert. He's playing a character.
Oh, God.
So, what I'm meaning is that he has millions of followers who literally believe everything he's fucking saying, and then goes, "Oh, I'm just a character. Ha ha ha. See, just a funny parody." That's not a fucking parody.
No, and it's really not funny.
Yeah, it's not funny. It's terrifying to me. Like, you give these people power. Like, we make a joke like Pennywise gives fear, gives him power. This is what you give fear. you give power to racists.
Yes,
like
yeah.
racist and prejudiced assholes. That is the sheer thing that, like, yes, is this bullshit that someone's drugging President Trump? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Fuck yeah, it is. Like, there's nothing. He's fucking up on his own. That's what I mean. It's not this, like, if, alright, so if Trump was like, we're not building a wall, and DACA's gonna stay, then I'd be like, who the fuck is putting NyQuil in your drinks?
Yes,
See, that shit, I'd be like, alright, so Donald
I
Trump,
believe it.
Donald Trump is being drugged. He's
This
like,
seems like a legitimate claim.
he's like, Mexicans are no longer rapists. They're the nice people that do my lawn. I'm like, okay, you're wrong.
Well, he did try to say stuff like that, but,
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
fuck this guy.
Yes,
fuck PewDiePie.
I agree.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck Ted Cruz for liking a porn video and just like the worst porn there was.
So we've talked about a lot of people that are anal polyps.
Yeah. Now let's talk about shitty toxic relationships. Yeah. Because you guys saw Batman and Harley Quinn.
Yes, we
If
did.
you
Yes.
would like to give a brief synopsis and what you thought of it.
Well, there is no trace of the toxic relationships in that,
Which is
so-
good.
Awesome. It's actually really nice.
Yeah, it's great. It's the direction that I think they've been wanting to and needing to take Harley Quinn.
Yes.
I
love her. I love her on her own.
Yeah. So, in this adorable little adventure,
This adult Batman animated series.
which is
It's
really fun.
It is.
It's a change from the Killing Joke that we got last year for the adult animated Batman series.
Yeah. I really like Bruce Timm. I really like the idea of, adultifying the Batman animated series, but
Because we grew up with it.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't, but it was...
Because you're old as shit, we get it.
No, it's not even that. I was just watching other shit.
Oh, yeah.
I was studying Shakespeare.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer was way more important than Batman.
Probably.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I
haven't seen it.
I was watching different toxic relationships on
There
TV.
we go.
Yeah. But yeah, so The Killing Joke was a dumpster fire. And like the comic book The Killing Joke is considered a real definitive Joker story.
Yes.
It's also kind of a dumpster fire.
Yeah. It's a really fucked up bad
It's
story.
Excellent, but it really
Makes you hate.
It darkened. Well, and then it's one of those things where, is that maybe it didn't actually happen that way for him because of how fucked up his brain is.
Yeah, and it's also getting away from the comic book itself. It's indicative of the culture at DC Comics.
Yeah.
To sound a little bit social justice warrior,
Yeah.
DC is not really a woman positive.
No, they do a lot of fucked up shit to women.
Yeah, they do a lot of
like-
fucked up shit to women. Up until very recently, there have not been a lot of strong women.
Right.
Right.
The majority of the women are villains, and they're kind of
Damsel in
awful.
distress.
Yeah.
Damsel in distress.
I mean,
Or,
Starfire.
the-
Turned into a slut. Sorry. That's,
yeah. Even our women that are heroes are pretty much just eye candy.
Yeah, they're slutified. Like, on the real.
Oh
Like,
my God.
Exactly.
That was my biggest,
That
like,
outfit.
gripe with New 52 Starfire. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, well, and
Don't say you didn't enjoy it.
I thought it was pretty, but then, like, I
Pretty.
realized she was, like, 17 in the comic book. I'm like, oh, okay, not weird. Too weird. Too weird. But no, but you know what I mean, though. Like,
Yeah,
that's why
absolutely.
that is why I like the new Batgirl comic book.
Mhm.
Her comic book costume isn't spandexy. It's very real and leather jackety. and she-
right, it looks like some shit she can actually fight in.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my
Nothing's
problem.
gonna fall out.
I think I had this problem when I was playing Injustice a couple nights ago, and I see like the costumes that they're wearing. I'm like, oh, I mean Zatanna. Those fishnets are not very good for combat.
No.
Zatanna's one of my favorites. Like,
Oh.
She's fun, but she's just like
the
the
fucking
most.
top hat and
She's the most
fishnets.
impractical fucking superhero.
absolutely.
But you could say, oh, it's magic. She can like change it to whatever she wants.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, whatever.
yeah.
by speaking backwards.
There's DC is I think is a lot more guiltier. Marvel in the 90s was guilty of this too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Comic books have always been a boys' club.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Which you know sucks.
Yeah, and I mean, they are changing with the times. DC is just doing it a little bit more slowly and not necessarily by choice.
Right. But
they don't
They
get
are
the
they
idea.
are being pressured into
Yeah,
it. Be like-
exactly.
it's kind of like, hey,
yeah.
hey, hey.
Fine, we
do
will
it.
have women.
Thank you.
Yeah, and fine, we'll make them strong and powerful and not in shitty
And
relationships.
Wonder Woman
That's all
will be
we
the
wanted.
best DC Extended Universe movie we have so far.
At all, probably ever, and I still have gripes with that one.
Yeah, it's slow. But
Not even that. I mean, oh my God, Wonder Woman and the Amazons are not totally perfect, sexified nymphs. Yes, they fucking are. They're just not wearing as much makeup.
And they're lesbians.
What? Wonder Woman's thighs jiggle. Are you shitting me?
That's what bothers you.
wait,
Are
that was
you-
a real gripe?
No, that wasn't a gripe.
Oh.
That was like a, yeah, Wonder Woman's thighs jiggle. And I'm like,
Oh, that they're like excited for?
yeah. They were
Like,
like,
this
she's a real woman. Her
Wait, wait,
thighs
She's
jiggle.
human.
This is
I'm
what-
like, Gal Gadot weighs 135 pounds.
So this was wait. This was a real thing that like people like. So on the real, people were like super like, alright, so
In the body positive universe, yeah, people were all about her, very natural makeup and her thigh jiggle.
Yeah.
Like, yeah! She's
More
like-
thigh jiggle.
Like, yeah, thigh jiggle.
okay, well,
Well, the Amazons have wrinkles! Woohoo!
yeah, that should be a thing, but
He's like,
yeah, I mean, okay, see, we should review.
I didn't.
Wonder
I
Woman.
only heard about like the thigh jiggle. I didn't hear anything about like that. And like really.
yeah, these were all like things that women were legitimately celebrating about this character. And I'm like, I like Gal Gadot's portrayal of Wonder Woman.
She was good.
Yeah.
I was one of those things when I found out about her, and I just kind of went, prove me wrong. I was like,
Yeah.
prove me wrong.
And to an extent, she did.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she's still physically not the Amazon I want to see.
Right.
She's not built.
Same.
She's
So-
she's not
Well,
like.
the cosplayer Golden Lasso, I forget what her name is. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's not quite, but she's more. Like
Yeah.
if they could take her and Gal Gadot,
Yeah.
I take it
Make a
like
baby.
this. It is Hollywood, and
Mhm.
like
yeah.
there were people like Gina
Exactly.
Carano who wanted because Gina Carano was built how I would picture Wonder Woman.
Much closer.
But
yeah.
she is
But
not.
she can't act.
She cannot act.
She's
and
not
she-
a name, and
That
she
that
cannot
that
act.
matters. It matters,
And
guys.
that is what
In-
I want
in
to
this
say.
role.
And in this role, it does matter,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But
Yeah.
back on to Batman and Harley Quinn.
Sorry, it's the tangent,
Sorry,
yo.
yeah, no, I
Bad
understand
intention.
that. Yeah, I understand that. Because this will go into, because you said it wasn't a Joker Harley
Right.
thing. And
Right.
this will go into what I wanted to bring up
Mhm.
later. But so you guys really enjoyed the movie, and
I liked it. I'm
Mhm.
kind of easily entertained, even with some things where some people say it was dumpster fire. I'd watch it again. But I'm easily
Death
entertained.
Note.
No.
Okay.
But I want other people to see it. Like
Yeah.
my brother has yet to see it, and I kind of watch it, please, and discuss it with me.
That was your test. You passed.
No.
Well, and I think an excellent example of your taste is that your favorite movie is Fifth Element.
Oh.
Yeah. See?
But you
Fifth
didn't
Element.
know. You
I
liked the
know,
freaking picture of my tattoo.
I know. No.
Okay. We're gonna blow the microphone.
Sorry.
So I mean, that's a movie that I think is great. I think it's super fun.
It's awesome.
But a lot of people, Ian, don't necessarily appreciate it the way you do. So.
And I respect that. Like, I like the tattoo. I think it's super creative. I have no gripes with, like, you can like the film. It's fine. Like, for me, it's just not a movie that I find it not pleasing at all.
It's not your bag.
It's not my bag. But then again, apparently someone thought it brought the reason why I didn't like Valerian, and I like Valerian. I did not like Valerian, but I don't like Valerian on a whole nother level.
Totally different reason.
So
anyway, now we know this about Linda, and you really liked Batman.
I liked Batman and Harley Quinn. Mm-hmm. Yes, I really did.
I did too, and I am a super harsh judge of these things.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
I really enjoyed it.
I saw your rant on Batman. So you ran a lot of those.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of my Facebook ranting. That's why I ended up here.
Yeah, that's great.
So, I was so worried when I saw this because
I was skeptical at first, not because I was excited for Kevin Conroy and Lauren Lester.
Yeah.
Yes,
Lauren Lester.
Yeah,
and when Melissa Roach.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, from Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. Bernadette.
Yes.
I was like,
yeah, Bernadette.
I'm like, I'll give her a try.
Give her a chance. Yeah. I actually, I don't watch a lot of TV, so I didn't know her from Big Bang Theory. I knew her from a really shitty movie called The Bronze.
Oh God.
Which she is hilarious, and it's just a terrible movie.
It is.
But she is so funny. So when I saw that,
really like The Bronze. I gave it a dope.
See, everybody has different tastes.
That's exactly it.
So like,
movie,
I was like,
really funny.
she was that movie was my only frame of reference for her as an actress,
Okay.
and I was like, okay, voice actress Harley Quinn, I can imagine this might be okay. But after The Killing Joke, I was really, really worried about this.
You were skeptical?
Yeah, I was super skeptical, but I was willing to give it a chance because, one, it's original material, and two, it's Bruce Timm and Paul Dini, who are the guys that created Harley Quinn.
Yes.
Because Harley Quinn started out on the show. She did not start out in the comics.
No, she wasn't She
was original.
Yeah,
she came from the show to the comics.
Into the comics, which is really, really rare.
Right.
That doesn't.
She was
happen.
only supposed to be like a one-off episode, wasn't she? Just a side character.
Yeah, she was
for the
just
Joker.
Supposed to be a henchman that might say something funny every
once
now
in a
and
while.
then. But
it became so much more.
There weren't really plans to make her into anything bigger until Bruce Timm and Paul Dini kind of saw her and were like, "Hey,
we want more.
She's fun.
She's marketable."
Yeah, she's marketable, but I mean, it was still a really slow burn for her.
Right.
She didn't really blow up until the last few years.
I would say until Arkham Asylum came out.
Yeah,
I feel like when Arkham Asylum came out, she blew up.
Yeah, that was when she got big.
So, my thing, I've seen bits and pieces of this. I like the chemistry that all the characters have because I saw the scene where the slightly younger Nightwing hooks up with Harley Quinn.
That was hilarious.
Yes, there was some definite, heavily implied.
And the movie looked fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching that scene and I just got, let's do this.
Yeah,
I was very I was like, yes, okay.
It's
interested.
We see some legitimately funny fart humor in a Batman story
from Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
from a girl.
Yeah, girl farts, legitimately funny girl farts.
Max is laughing like, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
it's fantastic.
I don't know how it worked because how they went about it because normally a guy joke fart
is like a.
It's just completely obnoxious and dumb. Is that kind of how it worked with her?
Well, because she's trying to be obnoxious.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
she's like, I tried warning you guys.
Yeah, exactly. And we get one of the most bizarre Batman lines ever, in my personal opinion. There's a couple of these moments in this. Because Nightwing is gagging and begging Batman to roll down a window and pull over and let him out and all this, and Batman's just like, smells like justice. What?
How camp can you get?
I was so confused.
That's so dope.
But Yeah, we get a great song and dance number, which a couple of great song and dance numbers actually.
With those twins, the redheaded twins. I forgot
don't
who
remember
they were.
what the hell.
And with
called.
Harley Quinn.
And an implied incestual blowjob in their song
Yeah.
and dance
Oh god,
number.
that made me so uncomfortable.
I like. Jason, my boyfriend, who's the big Batman fan, he's like
where the microphone was right there.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, that's a dick joke. That's a dick joke that's happening right there. And I'm like, yeah, that is.
Oh god.
What the fuck is happening?
Like, what?
But so we're getting a completely Joker-free Harley Quinn story.
Yes.
And she's like kind of proven herself a little bit as
an anti-hero.
Yeah, as an anti-hero now. That she is willing to do the right thing every now and then, maybe even work with Batman if he's willing to let that happen a little bit. Because Poison Ivy and the Floronic Man are doing some shit and are gonna plantify the world and kill everybody because Echo Warriors, woo!
Burn that bra.
Yeah, and water a plant. Plant a tree. So we get a little taste in this of. I don't think it's ever really implied, but I mean they say that Harley Quinn has been close with Ivy. They're associates.
They're besties.
They're besties.
So they don't say they're lesbians.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
because they're not together.
Okay.
And that's such a comic book thing that I personally think happened not because we need more lesbian representation,
it's because,
but because lesbians are hot.
Yeah. No, I get you.
And
you.
and that Harley Quinn and that Poison Ivy are super sexified and hot.
Yeah.
Lesbians are hot.
Yeah, they
so anyway. So we actually get a pretty good, empowering, and adorable, and funny Harley Quinn story here.
Yes.
Which, it was refreshing to see, considering...
I want more of it, actually.
Yeah, and, from the special features, it sounds like that's what Bruce Timm wants to keep doing with the character.
Awesome.
I think these guys that, invented this character, and, like, when Paul Dini talks about Harley...
It's like his baby.
It's his child!
He gets choked up.
Right.
Yeah.
He seriously gets choked up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he should be crying his fucking face off for what all these other writers have done with her.
Oh my god.
Right.
Because, I mean, seriously, if my dad saw me doing the shit that Harley Quinn has done between Arkham Asylum and now, he'd be crying.
Yeah, there's some shit. There's some...
Suicide Squad.
That's what I want to joke before we do that. What do you guys give that rating, then?
Batman and Harley Quinn? I think it's what's the not quite...
Dope?
No, the next one.
Oh, Loud?
Oh, Lord!
Yeah.
I love singing it, but I always forget it. Yeah, it was an Oh, Lord for me. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's really good.
Well, wait. Oh, crap, I already forgot the freaking ratings. What was the top one?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was a fuck
I
yeah.
loved
it.
it.
Was a fuck yeah for
it was
you?
a fuck yeah
Awesome.
for me.
So what?
Solid.
I love DC animation in general.
It's super pretty. There's hit and misses.
I like the majority of it. Flashpoint Paradox is probably my favorite.
It's amazing. But, well, then that's what I wanted to get into is toxic relationship in media. And the reason I wanted to bring this up because you said that wasn't no trace of the Joker at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that is actually my inherent problem with the Suicide Squad, the live action movie, is that I think it plays to... Why are you nodding your fucking head, bro?
I was shaking
okay.
He was sideways. That's why
I was just like, hold on, motherfucker. No, like where I stand with this is just like, I think that the flashback scenes of him being fucking hella abusive, perfect to put in. But her still being in love with him was maybe to me just a little not, That's where I like where this isn't a good like. I hate those memes. I
hate them so much.
Fucking just cringe every time someone says, "Treat me like the psycho I am." I'm like, then you're going to the fucking ward, man.
I generally have an issue with people that fake mental illness for attention, or people that wear legitimate mental illness as a badge of pride, or people who use mental illness as a lifestyle.
That's a fucked up thing to use.
It
like,
is. Yeah.
That's that's fucked up in general.
Yeah, it is. Those three factions of mental illness culture really bother the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And I think there is a lot of that in the Harley Quinn fandom. Amongst
Yes.
Harley Quinn and Joker fans, there are a lot of people glamorizing mental illness and glamorizing domestic abuse.
Pretty much, yeah.
Basically, she's Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
That
She,
she, like,
she
that-
absolutely has
He
Stockholm
played the
syndrome.
fuck out of her.
Right.
Mhm.
And
He knew, he
Yeah.
saw her weakness and played it.
Yeah.
you can fucking see it in that movie, in the
Yes.
Suicide Squad movie.
And-
They
and,
portrayed
you know,
that
In
awesome.
anything between, like, even in the animated series and anything,
Yeah.
they show him
That-
fucking playing her.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah.
No.
Like, and so my thing about this is that they are, to me right now, one of the most prominent, like, fucking ones of, like, toxic relationships
Mhm.
in media.
Mhm.
And the counterpoint that I have is Deadpool's love interest. And no, for, like, and people,
no.
and
The whole
they-
your crazy matches my crazy.
Right.
That type
Right.
of
But
thing.
they're not like, I'm gonna fucking beat you if you leave or anything. Like, they
Mhm.
actually legitimately care each other, and they
Right.
let each other know what their likes and what their dislikes are, like how
Mhm.
Yeah.
far they will both go together.
Mhm.
Right.
You know, there's that scene where he's like, you know, yeah, there's that. scene.
Your crazy matches.
Yeah, and, you know, that seems. There's like, you know what I mean. There's
Are
like,
you talking about the strap-on scene?
the strap-on.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Okay.
yes. International Women's Day.
I feel like Linda was missing that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to like. I was trying to like.
The strap-on
Yeah,
scene.
the strap-on
Just
scene.
Yeah,
Say it.
exactly.
I'm 5.
Dildo. Dig in the butt.
No, but like for real, like I think they to me are what you should look at a relationship.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Probably of the majority of the relationships, because we don't see a ton of relationships in superhero movies.
Right.
But
No.
of the ones that we do see, it's probably one of the healthiest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
A lot.
it was a little fucked up that he went so long without just like sacking up and talking to her.
Yeah.
Like, but you know,
But that's
nobody's
common.
perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's common.
that's
super
not
common.
unusual.
But then you run into, like I said, not Batman, Joker and Harley Quinn, just like have always bothered me
Mhm.
for that, and how
Mhm.
people have always jumped on that. And I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you all have read the 50 Shades of Grey book. Did you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I have a.
And I keep being made to go to the movie.
Is it with who I think it?
No, my friend Caitlin.
Yeah.
With Caitlin.
That's what I was- that's what I was-
Linda, we're going, right? We're going.
I guess. My thing about that is that he is also an abuser. Like, as
Mhm.
much as people are like, well, in BDSM, they do
You
this,
know,
this,
in
this.
BDSM, it's not like that at
Yeah,
all.
it's not. And that's what, like my sister
Like,
tried to defend this, and I was like, all right, I will Google this. Like, I spent like 20 minutes on Google.
Let
and,
me
like,
order manuals and show you.
Oh, God.
I went to like, yeah, no, I Googled it. I was
Mhm.
like, BDSM culture, and I was like, the difference between 50 Shades of Grey BDSM culture and real BDSM culture.
Yeah,
I
because
like-
you can just find charts on that
And
now.
I laid it down on her, not like being an asshole. I was just like, this is not healthy.
Yeah.
What this
It's
guy
not
is doing,
He
he's
only
normal.
wanted what he wanted.
Yeah.
He gave nothing. He didn't even,
He doesn't give anything back.
He didn't. Not that he didn't give it back. It's
Orgasms
just the whole
don't
fact that
count.
he pretty much pushed her into it.
Right, and that's what I mean.
Like,
Like,
hey, if you didn't
And
look at you and
again-
say, hey, you're awesome. I think you're awesome. You want to.
you want to choke me a little bit?
Yeah.
Do you want to let me choke you? Exactly. He would never let anyone do
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
But
You know what
the
I
whole
mean,
fact,
like,
like, he won't even let her touch him.
Right.
Mhm.
It's like,
Oh, but he's damaged. So here's the other parallel.
yeah.
Is that, you know, when we start out with Harley Quinn and the Joker, she is Harleen Quinzel. She
She's
is
Nevish,
his
like,
psychiatrist.
she's-
So she wants to fix him. Oh, she's gonna fix crazy boy. Oh,
but she doesn't.
but she doesn't. She gets
Oh,
sucked
he-
into his
Right.
world.
Yep.
The talk, like, and that's the thing. Like, these movies, like even fucking Twilight. Like, Twilight is super guilty on that too. That he's also an abuser.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It's all so cringy.
Man, I'm sorry.
So cringy.
Like, I don't want to
But
be
these are like the most popular
right,
literary,
and that's the thing that fucks.
literary characters. I'm like, no.
That's the thing that fucks me up about this is that like toxic relationships are so very prominent
Mm-hmm.
that people don't point them out. That like you think it's right to do,
Mm-hmm.
And this is toxic relationship on like both hands, because like guys have this weird thing that they really want the manic pixie dream girl and things like that, and that's toxic. Like the toxic relationships are very like I really like Zooey Deschanel, but she is part of this like
yeah,
toxic
absolutely.
like toxic thinking of like what love should be like. And again, I really like Zooey Deschanel. I like New Girl, but like the whole I'm quirky and like love me for that because I'm quirky is just kind of like you're gonna you implant these ideas, and it's just how I picture. It's the same idea of when I had this conversation where I was like, porn and Disney movies have really fucked people up.
Yes.
We brought this up when we were talking about Don John. Porn and Disney people have really fucked people up because like they have this weird idea that like their Prince Charming is going to be there, but that's all that he is. Like there's nothing that builds up to him besides he's handsome,
Right.
and
Right.
he's
heroic.
He's heroic, and he's going to save me. And guys are, well, I hope she fucks me really good. Blowjobs every morning. Yes, please. But
Make me a sandwich.
But then that's the thing. Like, I think another movie that I have a big problem with is The Notebook. And I don't know if anyone else does, but I have a huge problem with it because the way they get together is they were both playing mind games with each other. And they cheated on like their partners with, and it's like, it's so romantic. I'm like, that's fucked up.
They were so in love, they just couldn't help each other.
Right.
But there's a limit where you just say, where you go to the person that you know you're supposed to be getting married to, the person that you're currently sleeping with. It's like,
I don't.
can't
I'm
do
done.
this.
I'm done.
Yeah.
There's someone else. I'm done, and I want to get, and need to, not dismiss, but I need to end this with you before I can
Start it there.
start it with them because it's just not fair.
Yeah. Ew.
Yeah, man, that's just one of the things. But like, there is a movie that I don't know if any of y'all saw, but like that really points out a toxic relationship and it's crumbling. It's Blue Valentine with Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams. It fucking kills me. Like, but it's a fucking real movie though.
Huh?
It's a real ass movie though.
It is.
It's so,
I watched that. My mom and I watched that together, and I know don't watch stuff like that with mom because it's my mom. I don't need to see cunnilingus happening with my mom sitting next to me.
Right.
There's just no.
That's excellent.
Oh
Right.
God.
Yeah, I've
I don't
not
care how
seen
old
this,
you
but now
are.
it's on my to-see list.
I recommend Blue October.
It was made to be like, oh, this new modern romance. This is not romance.
This is sadness.
It was so depressing.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to watch you again. Make it stop.
Yeah. So that's been the tangent.
Okay.
Thank you guys for coming
Yeah,
around. It
of
was
course.
fun talking nice news and racial slurs and
Yeah.
Batman and
toxic relationships.
toxic relationships.
Yes.
Don't be in one, kids.
Please don't be
Yeah,
smart.
just, yeah. Moral of the story: the stuff that you think is normal might not be.
so normal.
Brayden, if I see you post a Harley Quinn Joker beam again, I'm slap the shit out of you. Just
Oh man.
have a good one, guys.